Hey everyone, it's me Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be reading some NetGalley arcs. So I just wanted to say thank you to NetGalley for providing me with the arcs of the two books that I'm going to be reading in this video, and I will be giving you guys my opinions and thoughts on these two books that I'm going to be reading. So first I want to start off by talking about the books. The first book that I'm going to be reading in this video is on rotation, and I am not even going to attempt to pronounce the author's name because I just know that I'm going to butcher this. But from what I could tell, this is basically about a Black medical student, and it's a romance, and I'm super excited to get into this. I'm not too sure going in what this is about, but from the little bit that I do know, which is basically that it's a girl in medical school and it's romance, I am here for it, and I think I'm absolutely gonna love it. So hopefully I love this book, and of course I will be giving you all of my thoughts and updating you as I read this book. So I believe that will be the first one that I end up picking up. And then the next book that I'm going to be reading is Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. And this book is about a baker, I believe. I'm not sure if it's like friends to lovers or enemies to lovers or rivals to lovers or anything like that. But I am super excited to pick this up. I do love food romances. I think they're so fun, and I'm super excited to pick this one up and read it. So yeah, I am going to be reading these two books over the next few days and just kind of updating you guys as I go along and letting you guys know my thoughts and how I'm feeling about the book. And I will be giving you guys my rating and what I think about the writing and the story and the characters and all that kind of stuff. So that being said, let's get into the video. Hello. So it's been a few days since I filmed the intro clip, and please excuse what's going on right now. I'm laying in bed. I finally started on rotation. I'm currently 3% in to the book. I'm on chapter 2. So far, I'm not liking it. I don't like the writing so far. It seems very like rambly and like jumbled together, and it's not really making sense. Not to mention there's footnotes. It's a romance. Why are there footnotes in a romance? So I don't get it. It is definitely interesting learning about the culture. So our main character's name is Angela, and it starts off and she and her boyfriend have just broken up. I don't believe they were dating very long. I feel like it wasn't very clear of how long they were dating. I do know that he was a lawyer, but I do know that she met him on Hinge. And she is in medical school. I don't remember if I said that or not, but she's in medical school. And they were going to her childhood home to go to her sister's knocking, which is basically like a tradition, I guess, in Ghana. If you want to get married, that the man will come to the woman's house and like knock on the door with like schnapps or like whiskey or something like that, and basically ask for the woman's hand in marriage. So it's definitely interesting so far learning about like the culture and how like they have these traditions of like knocking and things like that. However, so far the story is just like not it. I don't know. And I am only, like I said, 3% in. Like, I'm not very far in at all. I'm only on chapter 2, but I just feel like so far I'm just really not liking it. But obviously I'm gonna like give it a chance, and hopefully I can start to kind of get into it a little bit more. More than likely I'm gonna end up skipping the footnotes because I do not really like books with footnotes unless I either have a physical copy of the book or I'm listening to it on audio. And since this is an ebook and I'm reading it on my Kindle, I have to like click the footnotes, and it's just very like weird and awkward, and I'm just like not vibing with that fact. Also the fact that there's footnotes in romance, like that blows my mind. Like I cannot get over the fact that there are footnotes in a romance, but you know, hey, it is what it is. But I'm gonna keep reading. I'm not sure how far I'll get tonight, probably not super far because I am starting to get sleepy, but I at least want to finish the chapter, and I'm gonna try reading this some more like throughout the week, and just kind of keep you guys updated on my progress. I will try to update you guys when I'm like halfway through and then at the end, and then we'll start the next book and then do it like that. But depending on how the rest of this goes, depending on how often I'll update you. So right now the answer is no, I don't like this, but we'll see how I'm feeling a little bit later in the book. So I'll keep you guys updated for sure on how I'm feeling. Hello. So, okay, literally I've been lying down this whole video basically, but so I've been reading some more on rotation. I'm currently 24%, so I'm on chapter 9, and it's getting a little bit better. For the first like 15%, I was like, literally, I hate this. This is terrible. I hate it. But it is definitely starting to grow on me a little bit. So far things are starting to progress more. She has gotten in the hospital now, and there are more like plot points and stuff. She did meet the main love interest in chapter 2, which I think I talked to you guys about. But to me, that whole scene just seemed like very unrealistic. And the fact that she is in this garden, she's crying because of her, like, I think it's like a SAT score maybe, I'm not sure, but because of the score that she made on this test that she had to take for her like placement, and the boyfriend and her had like broken up, and so she's sitting in this garden, she's crying. This random guy comes up to her and is like, hey, can I draw you? And she's like, yeah. And then obviously there's like a connection that happens, and then he's like, oh, by the way, I have a girlfriend. I wasn't flirting with you or anything. Like, there was nothing here. And she basically was like, you're lying. There was definitely something. You were buying me things, and you were basically like flirting with me and trying to basically pursue me, and now you're saying that like you have a girlfriend. So she basically was like, you know, F you, and like lose my number, like do not contact me ever again. And obviously some other events happen, and now they have run into each other a couple more times, and she has literally just gone off on him and was like, you suck basically, and you are a liar and a cheater basically. And so that's kind of where we're at. So far the story, like I said, is getting a little bit better as far as like points in the plot are concerned. There are some things that I really am enjoying, like the character inclusivity is very, very good, because we have like our main female character, and she is straight, but she does have a lesbian best friend who has just started dating a non-binary person, and it's kind of developed like delving into those kind of relationships a little bit. Not super deep obviously, because it's the best friend and not like the main character, but it definitely does go into kind of that sort of relationship and how it's developing. And I'm curious to see if the relationship will continue to develop throughout the rest of the story and how all of it comes together, I guess. I'm still not like super loving it. Like I said, it is getting a little bit better, but I'm not super loving it. Hopefully it will continue to get a little bit better. I still absolutely despise the footnotes. I have started skipping the footnotes altogether because I just feel like they are a little bit pointless, because I feel like a lot of the things that are being said in the footnotes could be either said in the text or skipped altogether. So I feel like the footnotes aren't really doing anything but hindering the book at this point. I feel like that's really all I have on it right now. It's currently 10:20, so I'm thinking I'm probably gonna read a little bit more, at least one more chapter. I'm thinking maybe 2 more chapters, and then I think I'm gonna go to bed, and then tomorrow I'm going to focus because it has been a few days since the last time I updated. It's literally been probably over a week at this point, and I'm getting on a time crunch now to when I have to have these books read, because this video needs to go up the day after these books come out. They come out on the 21st, and it's currently the 16th. So I have to have my reviews done and uploaded by release day. So I'm a little bit more on a time crunch. So I am going to be mainly focusing on reading On Rotation and Fake It Till You Bake It this weekend, and hopefully finishing both of those. I do have a couple of other books that I am currently in the middle of that I think I'll be able to finish as well. But I will be doing some reading sprints this week. They're tomorrow, but obviously by the time this goes up, those will have already happened. But I am planning on doing reading sprints tomorrow for at least 3 to 4 hours, so hopefully I can get some reading done then. And yeah, so like I said, I am gonna read a little bit more of On Rotation and then go to bed. I'm probably gonna update y'all again. I know I said this last time, but I think I'll probably update you guys again when I hit the 50% mark, or if something like major happens in this. So that being said, I will update you guys another time. Hey guys, so it has been a few days and I have still been reading On Rotation. I'm currently 35% in, and I'm thinking that I'm going to DNF this book. So it's a very hard decision because like I was given this to give an honest review, and I feel like I need to finish the book and read the whole thing, but I am absolutely not enjoying this book at all. Like everything about it has me just like rolling my eyes, and I just feel like I cannot relate to the story and the characters. The main love interest, I literally hate him. Like he is manipulative, he like gaslights her, he is like a liar, he basically has cheated on his girlfriend that he had, and I just am not enjoying this book. Like I took a few notes and I was like, okay, let me put things into like a good column versus like a bad column, and so far my bad column is a lot longer than my good column. The only thing that's in the good column is the fact that the characters are diverse in ethnicities as well as sexualities, and that is literally the only good thing about this book so far. Like I'm 35% in, right? I'm like in the middle of chapter 10 or something. It's been a month and a half or almost 2 months that's happened in this first 35%, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like everything has happened in the span of like 2 weeks, and she's like infatuated with Ricky, who is the love interest, and I just don't get it. Like I do not understand. Not to mention it's been slow. The pacing is like weird. Like I just mentioned, the beginning was very slow. She didn't set foot into a hospital for like a really long time, and it's just like has not been good. I didn't like the characters, the way that they met in the beginning. Like it was supposed to have been almost like a meet cute or like a chance meeting, and it just like did not work for me. I just was not vibing with that. Obviously I've mentioned the footnotes a couple times. Still just I hate the footnotes, especially with an ebook. I hate it. Like, so if you are going to end up picking this book up, then definitely take the footnotes into consideration, that if you're going to pick this up, it will need to be a physical copy of the book or an audiobook where they read the footnotes along with the story. But do not get it in the ebook format because it is just honestly a hassle, and I feel like most of the footnotes are so unnecessary that they don't really even make sense to be in there, so I don't really understand like the point of them. So there's that. I've already mentioned how much I hate Ricky. Like, he literally gives me the ick, and that's just about it. Like, he just gives me the ick. I don't like him. And then the final thing that I have under my bad notes is that there is cheating or like mentions of cheating in this book. So if that is a trigger for you, then definitely do not pick this book up, because yeah. And I mean, it is like technical cheating. It just kind of depends on what your definition of cheating is, but there is like actual mentions of cheating. And then as far as like Ricky is concerned at the beginning, it just kind of depends on what your definition of cheating is. But the author basically is like when she's writing the scene, she has the main girl, Angie, tell Ricky like, you are a cheater. So yeah, I don't know. I want to be able to finish this book, but I just cannot. Like, so I'm just like, what do I do? Because obviously I was given this book, and I'm very grateful to have been given this book to review it. But if this was a book that I'd bought with my own money, I would be very upset that I spent the money on this. So I think I am just gonna go ahead and DNF it and then move on to the next book that I'm gonna be reading for this video. And that's really it. I really hate that I have to DNF this book, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, honestly, I'm super into DNFing. I just feel kind of bad, not because, but because I was given this book to review. So I don't know, but my review is DNF, so there's that. But okay, so the next book that I'm gonna be reading in this vlog is Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. I'm gonna put a picture up right here, but it's got a super cute cover, and it's like a, I'm assuming it's like a baking or like, well yeah, baking romance. I'm not sure if it's enemies to lovers or anything like that, but I am super excited to pick this one up. Hopefully I have a little bit better luck with this one. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and write my review for On Rotation, and then more than likely try and start Fake It Till You Bake It, because I would like to have it finished tomorrow. I would like to spend the whole day tomorrow reading it, so I would hopefully get it finished tomorrow. So that is going to be it for right now, and I will update you guys a little bit later once I have made some progress in Fake It Till You Bake It. Hey guys, so it is now the next day, and I just wanted to mention that I did end up starting Fake It Till You Bake It last night, and I made it to the 10% mark, and I have been reading some more of it today, and I'm currently 20% in. And so far I'm loving this way more than On Rotation. Like, already it's off to a way better start, and so I'm super excited to continue reading this. My friend Sarah over at Sarah Lorraine Reads, she is also reading this currently, and she is having more like negative feelings towards it, but I don't know yet. So far I'm really enjoying it. She says that around the 20% mark it does start to kind of lag a little bit and like dip off. I guess we'll see when I get to a little bit further if it does start to kind of like lag. But I'm currently doing some reading sprints with Nikki on her channel. Well, she's doing the reading sprints and I'm just watching them, but she is doing that, so I'm hoping to get some reading done during these sprints. I did miss the first one because I was on the phone with my mom, but I am going to be hopefully getting some more of this read during this time. But like I said, so far I'm really enjoying it. I didn't know what it was about when I started reading it, but so far it is about a professional football player named Donovan who owns or co-owns a like bakery, like a cupcake shop, and there's this girl that comes in, and she is a like reality TV star, and she is currently hated by the world right now because of the season finale of her like TV show or whatever. And so she has a chance encounter with Donovan, and then some things ensue, and they're basically like enemies at this point, and she has to work for him at his shop in order to be able to get her inheritance from her grandmother, who is the owner of his football team that he plays for. So she has to work for Donovan in order to get her inheritance for 4 months, because she gets her inheritance when she turns 26, and she turns 26 in 4 months, so she has to work for him for that time. And so yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm at her first day, and so things are kind of, you know, just getting started. So I'm excited to see. It is enemies to lovers and fake dating. I'm not sure how exactly the fake dating is going to come into play, but I'm super excited to read some more and hopefully really enjoy this, but hopefully it doesn't get too boring like Sarah was saying. So I'll just keep you guys updated, and I probably will update again once I hit the 50% mark, unless something like major happens or anything, or I like start hating it or whatever. But yeah, so I will update you guys again a little bit later. Hey guys, so it is now the next day again. I did end up making it pretty far into Fake It Till You Bake It. I made it 54% yesterday, which is more and less than I expected to read yesterday, but I have made it to around the halfway mark, and I still am really enjoying my time in this book. The tension between Jada and Donovan is there. It's so far, it hasn't been like steamy or anything, but there's definitely hints at it maybe going there, so we'll see how that kind of plays out a little bit further into the book. They are doing their like fake dating stuff. They're still not like friendly, I guess. They're still kind of enemies, but they're more like friendly than they were at the beginning. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, I don't know, but so far I am still enjoying myself. I'm hoping to finish this today, and that's really it. I'll probably have more of my final thoughts like towards the end, but so far I just think that this is a very like fun read so far, and I'm just having a really good time, especially coming off of On Rotation. I just think that anything would have been better, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But I do kind of see, I feel like I mentioned yesterday how Sarah was talking to me about this, and she said that it ended up getting a little bit slow, and I do kind of see like where she is kind of coming from on that point, but still I don't think it's bad. Like, I think it's like pretty decent. I think it's moving at like a pretty decent pace. It's not moving at a fast pace though, so it is a little bit more of a slow burn than what I was expecting, but at the same time, like, I think it's like adequately paced. They have had a couple of like moments and stuff, so there's that. Also, please excuse, that's my microwave going off in the background. I'm currently on my lunch break, but it is a little bit slower paced than I think I was initially thinking, so just be kind of aware of that. It's not like an insta love or anything. Like, it is a little bit more of a slow burn. It's not a slow burn, but it is slower burning, so just kind of be aware of that if you are going into this book. Sorry about the microwave again, but yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for my little bit of an update. I am going to go ahead and eat, obviously, since you hear the microwave going off, and see how much of Fake It Till You Bake It I can get read in the next like 30-ish, 20-ish minutes that I have. So yeah, I will update you guys more than likely. If anything big happens, then I'll update you, but if not, then I'll just update you at the end. So I'll update you guys again later. Hey guys, so I have just officially finished Fake It Till You Bake It. So overall, I enjoyed it. I think I had a really good time with it. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars. I had like a really good time. It was such a fun book. Like, I really enjoyed the banter between Jada and Donovan, and their relationship was like fun. I don't know, it definitely was like a workplace romance, workplace enemies to lovers, semi-sports romance. Not really, because there wasn't a lot of sports talk in it, but Donovan was a professional football player in it, and Jada was like a former reality TV star or whatever. So it definitely had like a little bit of Bachelor vibes. There was a lot of things to do with the cake shop that Donovan is the owner of, so that was interesting to see, and it was interesting to see their dynamic and how they were able to work together as well as fall in love and stuff. And honestly, it was a really good time. The ending, so the third act breakup, so for a second I thought that the third act breakup was not going to happen, but then it did, and I was like, okay. But I feel like the conflict was not like big enough for a breakup, I guess you could say, and Donovan didn't really fight for that. Like, I feel like he could have been like, no, you're dumb, we're not doing that, but he didn't. So yeah, I don't know, that kind of just threw me a little bit, but it did set up for the next book, which I believe is going to be a companion novel following August, who is one of Donovan's best friends, and I believe it's going to have something to do with his sister, Donovan's sister, and I believe it'll be a second chance romance between Donovan's sister and August, his best friend. So it'll be brother's best friend, and I believe it'll also be second chance romance and childhood friends to lovers. I believe, like, that is what I'm guessing that it would be. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just my guess out there. So yeah, honestly though, but I think that's gonna be it. So in this video I read 2 books. Well, I read 1 book and DNF'd 1 book, so we're like 1 for 1, I guess you could say, on NetGalley books. So I definitely will continue to hopefully get books from NetGalley and continue to review them and stuff. So if you guys like this video, let me know if you want to see something like this again. I would love to put it out for you guys. And yeah, so I guess that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to my channel. You don't have to. It'd be awesome if you did though. I will have all of my social medias linked in the description if you want to follow me or be friends. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.